My journey to Helsinki began as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in orange and pink. The city seemed to glow with a quiet energy, as if it was waiting to reveal its secrets to those willing to look beyond the surface. I watched from my window seat, mesmerized by the shifting colors and the anticipation of what lay ahead. The city lights twinkled below as my plane descended, promising adventure. Each cluster of lights hinted at neighborhoods bustling with life, stories unfolding behind every window. The anticipation in the cabin was palpable as fellow travelers pressed their faces to the glass, eager for their first glimpse of Finland's capital. Stepping out of the airport, the crisp, clean air instantly woke my senses. There was a freshness to the night, a clarity that made every breath feel invigorating. The gentle hum of taxis and the soft shuffle of luggage wheels echoed in the cool air, reminding me that I was far from home, ready for something new. Walking through Helsinki for the first time felt like stepping into a dream. Old and new architecture blending seamlessly, glass-fronted buildings stood beside ornate centuries-old facades, each telling a story of the city's evolution. The streets were lined with glowing windows, each one a portal into a different world. The streets were calm but alive with a gentle hum as people headed out to enjoy the evening. Locals strolled with purpose, their laughter and conversation floating through the air. While visitors like me paused to take in every detail, there was a sense of community, a feeling that everyone belonged. Street lights cast a golden glow on cobblestone streets, and laughter spilled from cozy cafes. The warmth of the lights contrasted with the cool night, creating pockets of comfort where friends gathered over steaming mugs and sweet pastries. The city felt both intimate and grand, inviting me to linger. The scent of coffee and pastries mixed with the cool sea breeze. Every inhale brought a new layer of Helsinki's character, rich, inviting, and unmistakably Nordic. The waterfront shimmered under the city lights, and I could hear the distant call of seabirds, a reminder of the city's close connection to nature. This was my first taste of Helsinki's nightlife, not loud or wild, but warm and inviting. People gathered in small groups, sharing stories and laughter, their faces illuminated by candlelight and the soft glow of lanterns. There was a sense of ease, a gentle rhythm to the night that made me feel instantly at home. Every corner revealed something new, a quiet courtyard, a charming shop, a silent statue. I wandered slowly, letting curiosity guide my steps, discovering hidden gems tucked away from the main streets. Each discovery felt like a small victory, a secret shared between the city and me. Helsinki was slowly sharing its secrets, and I was eager to discover more. The city's mysterious corners, softly illuminated by streetlights, seemed to whisper stories of the past and dreams of the future. I felt a sense of wonder, knowing that every night here would bring new adventures. Arriving at dusk felt magical, a promise of wonderful experiences ahead. The harbour glowed with reflections of the city lights, and the sky held onto the last traces of daylight as if reluctant to let go. I stood for a moment, taking it all in, grateful for the chance to witness this beauty. The city felt like a friend I was meeting for the first time. There was a warmth in the way people smiled, a welcoming spirit that made even a stranger feel at ease. I sensed that Helsinki had many stories to share, and I was ready to listen. I couldn't help but smile, grateful for the chance to explore. Every step filled me with excitement and gratitude, knowing that this city would soon become a part of my own story. My Helsinki adventure had just begun, and with every breath of the cool night air, I felt more alive than ever, ready to embrace all the wonders this city of northern light had to offer. My first evening led me to Esplanade Park, Helsinki's living room. Even at night, the park buzzed with gentle energy, families strolling, friends chatting, couples on benches. Trees sparkled with tiny lights, turning the park into a fairy tale. A street musician played softly, his music floating through the air. The park, bordered by glowing shops and restaurants, felt safe and welcoming. I sat on a bench, feeling less like a tourist and more like a part of the city. Esplanade Park showed me that Helsinki's nightlife is about community and simple beauty. Sometimes the quietest moments are the most memorable. My walk here set the perfect tone for my Helsinki nights. Next, I ventured to Kallio, Helsinki's bohemian heart, a neighborhood that pulses with creativity and a sense of freedom. As the sun dipped below the horizon, The streets came alive with a gentle energy, drawing both locals and travelers into its welcoming embrace. The tram ride there was an adventure in itself, weaving through the city's glowing streets. Each stop brought new faces, and the anticipation grew as we neared Kallio. The neighborhood's laid-back artistic vibe was instantly welcoming, with street art and quirky storefronts hinting at the stories waiting inside. Every corner seemed to hide a cozy bar, each one with its own unique story to tell. The soft glow from their windows spilled onto the sidewalks, inviting passers-by to step inside and discover something special. I picked a small bar with steamy windows and a warm glow inside, drawn by the laughter and music drifting out into the night air. It felt like a secret haven, tucked away from the city's bustle. Inside, mismatched furniture and vintage posters made it feel like a friend's living room, comfortable, lived in, and full of character. The walls were lined with memories, and every corner seemed to have a story of its own. The bartender, with a friendly smile, recommended a local beer brewed just a few blocks away. Soon I found myself chatting with a group of students at the next table, their laughter infectious and their stories full of local colour. They shared stories and tips about the city, from hidden parks to the best late-night snacks, making me feel right at home. It was as if I'd stumbled into a gathering of old friends, even though we'd just met. Each bar in Kallio had its own personality. One echoed with live folk music, where musicians played heartfelt tunes in the corner, while another offered the perfect setting for quiet conversation and reflection. Kallio's nightlife was authentic and diverse, built on genuine connections rather than flashy trends. Here, people came together to share stories, laughter, and the simple joy of good company. There were no flashy signs or gimmicks, just real people, real conversations, and real stories unfolding in the glow of Helsinki's night. Exploring these bars reminded me that the best places are often the most down-to-earth, where the atmosphere is shaped by the people inside rather than the decor outside. My night in Kallio was filled with simple pleasures, good drinks, heartfelt conversations, and the warmth of new friends. It was a celebration of the everyday moments that make travel unforgettable. This was Helsinki at its most genuine, a city that welcomes you in, one cozy bar at a time. After Kallio's calm, where the streets are hushed and the city seems to pause, I felt a growing anticipation for what the night might hold. Helsinki, I'd heard, transforms after dark, its energy shifting from tranquil to electric. I was ready to dive into Helsinki's vibrant club scene, where the city's creative spirit truly comes alive. I made my way to a popular club downtown, its neon signs glowing like beacons, drawing in locals and visitors alike. Even before stepping inside, I could feel the music's beat pulsing through the night air, promising an unforgettable experience. The entrance buzzed with excitement, friends greeting each other, laughter echoing, everyone ready to celebrate and let loose. Inside the club was a sensory explosion. Flashing lights and electronic music filled the space, creating an atmosphere that was both exhilarating and inviting. The dance floor was a joyful mix of people. Locals, travelers, young and old, all moving together, united by the rhythm. What struck me most was the welcoming atmosphere. There was no sense of exclusivity or pretense, just pure, unfiltered fun and connection. The DJ, perched above the crowd, kept the energy high, seamlessly blending tracks that made it impossible to stand still. People of all ages danced side by side, sharing smiles and stories, each person adding their own spark to the night. For a few hours, we were all connected by the music. I joined the crowd, feeling the collective joy and freedom that only a great night out can bring. Letting the rhythm take over, I lost myself in the moment, surrounded by strangers who felt like friends. The night flew by in a blur of lights, laughter and music, each moment more vibrant than the last. Helsinki's clubs are more than places to dance. They're spaces for expression, release and genuine human connection. As I left in the early morning, the city was quiet again, the streets empty except for a few fellow night owls. But the music, the energy and the sense of belonging stayed with me long after the last song faded. It was a vibrant, unforgettable experience, one that showed me a new side of Helsinki, alive with possibility and joy. Nightlife in Helsinki isn't just about music, it's about food too. After exploring, I followed locals to late-night food stalls or grillies. The air was filled with the smell of sausages and fried potatoes, I tried makara peruna, sliced sausage with fries and sauces, a Finnish classic. Around me, friends recapped their night, couples shared snacks, and solo travelers like me enjoyed the ritual. Eating at a grilli felt authentic, a taste of everyday Helsinki. The city's late-night food scene is surprisingly diverse, from burgers to pizzas. Good food, even at midnight, shows the Finnish love for comfort and quality. My simple meal was a cultural experience, a delicious end to a perfect evening. Sometimes, the best travel moments are the simplest ones. No Helsinki night is complete without sampling local drinks. In a Kallio bar, I tried salmiakki koskenkorva, vodka flavored with salty licorice. The taste was bold and uniquely Finnish, sparking friendly conversation with locals. I also discovered Finnish berry liqueurs like the sweet golden cloudberry. Each sip told a story of Finland's forests and traditions. From craft beers to apple ciders, Helsinki's drink scene is rich and varied. Tasting these drinks was more than a novelty, it was a way to connect with the culture. Every glass offered a new perspective on Finnish life. My exploration of Helsinki's unique drinks became a highlight of my trip. It was a flavorful adventure I'd recommend to any traveler. Cheers to discovering a city through its flavors. One of Finland's most cherished traditions is the sauna, even late at night. I visited a public sauna by the sea, the perfect way to unwind after a long day. Inside, the wooden room was peaceful, filled with the scent of birch and steam. The heat relaxed my muscles and the quiet was meditative. Afterward, stepping into the cool night air was invigorating. Some braved a dip in the sea, but I was content to gaze at the stars. The contrast between sauna heat and crisp air made me feel alive and connected to nature. The sauna is more than a place to get clean. It's a space for renewal and community. This late-night ritual taught me about Finnish simplicity and well-being. I left feeling refreshed, peaceful, and deeply connected to Helsinki. The sauna is truly the heart of Finnish culture. It's an experience I'll never forget. The true heart of Helsinki's nightlife is its people. I found warmth and kindness everywhere, from bartenders to strangers in cafes. One evening, an older woman shared stories of her city, making me feel like a guest, not just a tourist. In parks, bars, and on dance floors, I felt a sense of community and trust. Even alone, I never felt lonely. Helsinki welcomed me as one of its own. These moments of connection made my journey unforgettable. The people's openness and quiet pride are what I'll remember most. Helsinki's nightlife isn't just about places. It's about the souls who bring it to life. I'm grateful for every conversation and every smile. The people of Helsinki are the city's greatest treasure. On my last night, I walked Helsinki's quiet streets, reflecting on my adventures. Each experience, music in the park, cozy bars, vibrant clubs, peaceful saunas, was a note in the city's song. Helsinki's magic is in its balance, lively yet calm, traditional yet creative. Most of all, it's in the city's welcoming spirit. Here, you're invited to be yourself and to belong. I leave with a heart full of memories and gratitude. Helsinki quietly captures your heart and never lets go. If you seek a place that surprises and welcomes, come discover Helsinki. Let this city share its magic with you. Thank you for joining me on this journey.